Hi, my name is Kim. What I'm going to talk about this afternoon is I'm going to talk about birth orders. Okay, um, so I have this book. It's called the New Birth Order Book, um, and it's a really good book. It if you have a big family or maybe just just you have a few brothers and sisters, or maybe just one brother or one sister. Um, so we're going to talk about um, the firstborn, the middle child, and then the baby, the lastborn. And so each of them, they have, personalities, different personalities. And I think for myself, I'm an only child. But so I don't really have any brothers and sisters, but I do know people that have brothers and sisters, and it's good to know, um, to have that information, because then you can understand your brothers or sisters, or why they do the things they do. Why do they behave that way? You know. Um, Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about the firstborns. So the firstborn child, they are very responsible. The parents always place responsibility on the firstborn because in their minds, they know that the firstborn is very reliable, very responsible, and generally that's how they are. Firstborns, they are responsible. Um, they're like, the second parent or something. They've had to uh, be responsible at an early age, so they kind of have to grow up pretty quickly because they would have the responsibility of babysitting their younger siblings. If the parents have to do some grocery shopping or some errands, or maybe they just wanted to get out together for a couple hours. And so the firstborn, um, when they're old enough, they would babysit their siblings, and they would have that responsibility because they are responsible human beings. Another thing about firstborns is they are perfectionistic. They're perfectionistic, in school. They want to make sure that they're, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. They're high achievers. They get good grades in school. Um, they are well liked. I would have to say firstborns are probably, popular kids in school because, they're just, they're very intelligent um, human beings, and I could see them being the popular one in school because they just and they're very good in leadership roles because they've had to take the responsibility, in babysitting their siblings and making sure that things don't fall apart while their parents are out. So they're the ones that make sure that their siblings go to bed at a certain time. So they follow that. They follow the rules. Firstborns, yeah, they're high achievers. They're the ones that are gonna, they get good grades. They're gonna, they're gonna graduate high school and go to college or university, and they're gonna major in something that kind of matches their personality. Um, I could see actually firstborns being an entrepreneur, because to be an entrepreneur, to have your own business, you need to have leadership skills. Especially if you own your own business and you have people working under you. And so the firstborns, their leadership comes very natural to them, because it started at home. They were put in a position to be to look after their siblings, to kind of oversee things. So in that way, they are kind of taking on that leadership role. You know. Um, Also, firstborns are they they don't like rocking the boat. They don't like causing chaos. Um, they're the good child. They're the responsible one. They're the um, respectful. They're respectful to their parents. They listen to their parents. And that's the same at school. They listen to their teachers. They don't rebel. Um, they, uh, they are just well liked, even by their teachers. Um, Also, firstborns. Now, a weakness for the firstborns is that when they're put in charge of their siblings, um, they can actually abuse their position. The parents put them in a position of responsibility. They can abuse that, and they can, not look after their siblings very well. Um, they can become bossy. Someone in a leadership role. If they're becoming unhealthy or something, they can abuse that. And number ones, they can abuse that position, of babysitting their siblings. They could be bossy and boss them around and all that stuff. So that's a weakness for them. Okay, now let's go into the middle child. Now, the middle child is the child that has felt the most understood. They feel that way because they're the middle child, and the middle child, they felt like they weren't paid attention to by their parents, because their parents, they're busy. They're placing responsibility on the older brother or sister. Also, there's the baby in the family, so they're giving a lot of attention to the baby of the family, and so they feel kind of like they're squeezed out, and so they're pretty actually they're pretty popular too in school. They make a lot of friends. They're likable children, um, and so they make a lot of friends. And these friends, they become the extension of their family. So they're spending a lot of time with their friends. Um, their friends are like, their other siblings. That's, the middle child. They have a strong bond with their friends because they didn't really get enough attention from the parents. And so they get the attention of their friends, and they can tell their friends anything. and their friends would keep it quiet. Um, the middle child, they can be mediators. So if there is conflict in the home, say parents, their parents are arguing about something, and it's causing the middle child to get, be really upset. And so they're going to be the ones that are the mediators. They're going to, go in between the parents when they have a disagreement about something. And they're going to be the ones, that are going to say, you stop. You guys need to stop arguing. The middle child, yeah, they don't want chaos. So in that way, they're a mediator. They like harmony. Um, Now, the weakness for the middle child is that the more they spend time with their friends and less with their family, their bond with their family, it's going to be not as strong. They're gonna, their parents are going to say, you know what, you spent way too much time with your friends and you don't want to have some family time, that we all get together and do something as a family. And so the middle child, would say, well, you don't pay attention to me. You don't give me the attention that I deserve. And so when this happens, a child will look elsewhere, to feel validated, because they weren't validated by their parents. They didn't feel that way. And I'm sure that the parents, try to do their best, in giving every child the attention and validation they need to grow up as healthy people in society. Okay, now we're going to go to the last born, the baby of the family. Now, the baby of the family, they can be very funny. They are, they're the ones that they like being in the spotlight, and they like to do something, funny. Just they like to joke around. They're charming. And when I mean charming is when the parents come home and say they did some grocery shopping, and so the baby of the family is going to be, oh, can I have this? And the parents are going to say, you know what, you can't have that. We're going to have supper soon. I'm going to be making something. And so the last born, the baby of the family, the charming one, will put on the charm, and oh, please, can I have, it's just one. And so the parents, they give in, and that is usually how it goes for babies of the family. They usually get what they want, and they do it through charm. They do it, because they did something funny. The parents thought, oh, this is so cute. Oh, we've got a little comedian on our hands. So yes, the babies of the family, they get a lot of attention. They're very charming. They like the spotlight. They they do make a lot of friends too, because a lot of them are extroverts. And yes, the parents, they pay a lot of attention to the baby of the family. Now, a weakness for the baby of the family is that, say the parents, they go out, it's just the two of them on a date or something, or going out for the evening. And so the firstborn is responsible to babysit their siblings. And so, they're, the firstborn is, just trying their best to babysit and make sure there's no problems or anything, because they don't want to be in trouble by their parents. But the baby of the family, they can be manipulative. They can say, oh, I want this. And the middle child or the first child will say, no, you're not having that. But I want it. The baby says, oh, but I want it. If you don't give me it, I'm going to tell mom and dad that you did this and you did that, and you're going to be in trouble. And so, that, yes, that is a form of manipulation. That is their weakness. They can be that way, and if something happens, say something broke, that was very valuable, say like a family heirloom or something, and it broke, and the baby is the one that broke it, by accident, of course. And so the firstborn is going to be like, what happened? What did you do? Why is there a mess on the floor? And the baby of the family is going to say, I didn't do it. And so the firstborn child is going to ask the middle child, did you do this? And the middle child is going to say, no, I didn't do that. The baby did it, just by accident. But, the baby of the family, I guess, is really scared to say that they did it, because they would be in deep trouble or something. Okay, so the parents come home and they see this mess and they ask the firstborn, what happened here? This was a family heirloom. How did this happen? How did it break? And they're going to ask each child. They're going to ask the firstborn. The firstborn says, I didn't do it. I wasn't even near the family heirloom. The middle child, they're going to ask the middle child. And the middle child is going to say, I didn't do it. I was out with my friends. Or I had a friend over, and so they're going to ask the baby of the family, did you do this? And the baby of the family is going to not tell the truth because they're afraid that they're going to be in deep trouble, and they're afraid that they're not going to get the attention and the things that they want. So this is, how families are, brothers and sisters, they all have different personalities. And, if you have brothers and sisters, it's good information to know why each child does the things they do. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you've learned something. If you have siblings in your family, you might get some good information from this video. Okay, I have to go now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And thank you for watching my channel, and I'm going to say goodbye.